Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your boys are back with another episode of the Piledriver. I am the best in the world, Mike. Next to me is my boy V-Rad Big
So
Vince. How are you, my brother?
good. Tired after yesterday though. What a day we had.
What a day indeed. The day, essentially, Let 'em Cook took over Lorain County Community College, and it was a lot of fun. I had a freaking blast once again. Before we get into that, scrolling across the bottom of your screen is our new store. Pile Driver Store is live at brainbustertees.com. Get over there, check out the shop, check out some of the items that we have available, and support your boys. If I appreciate everybody that's rocking a shirt already. The BBC is in the chat. Colt Johnson, mega fan, also in the chat. They've already got their shirts. I appreciate you both so very much.
Oh yeah.
But last night at Lorain County Community College, Mega Championship Wrestling presented Let 'em Cook.
And we did a lot of cooking. It was a hot night. Hot.
All over the place. Once again, live at Lorain County Community College. And my boy Dom. Okay, hold on. Look, just because he's in the chat, we're shouting him out already. I was gonna wait. Look, bam, look at this though. My boy Dom made me this sign last night. And I walk out for my very first match of the night. I got match one. I had match one. Vinny Maverick and Super Oprah, and we'll talk about that one. But I walked out, and I look out in the crowd, and Dom's sitting there, and he's got this sign. Your boy got a little emotional. It was a little cool. Dom, freaking love you, kid. Can't wait to see. Oh, and Vince at the next Neo Pro show. I told Dom we probably wouldn't be able to make Salem. I didn't know I wouldn't. I said I didn't know if you were gonna make it or not. But Dom's gonna sit with the Pile Driver at the Canton show. Dom's gonna come over and hang out with the Pile Driver boys, get in a little bit more on the action. So he's gonna be our honorary Pile Driver member for the evening with us.
A little correspondent action. Yeah.
There you go. That's a good word for it. A little correspondent. Dominic, the correspondent, the Pile Driver correspondent. Yeah, and Amanda said it was so cute. It was really freaking cute, man. It was like I was like, thanks, dude.
That's the best part of doing this stuff, though, man. I got stopped by a lady that I don't think I've ever met before, and she took a selfie with me and said, "You guys are doing great." And I was like, "I thanks." I had no idea who it was or where it came from, but it's the little things like that that really keep this worthwhile.
100%, man. It was really cool. It was a good show, and like I said, I got to rep the first match, and let's just go ahead and get right into it, man. Super Oprah, Vinny Maverick.
Yeah, so man, I mean, my notes literally the very first sentence in it is
the very first sentence on your note should be that when I was checking Super Oprah, she shoved my face in her crotch.
Well, I was gonna try to avoid that, but I guess that is a point
It
well
was
taken. That's the
undeniable.
very first thing that happened.
Fucking Frank took a picture. Like, God damn it.
I called it big kaiju vibes. That's how I described this match, because it's just two of the almost two of the biggest people on the roster. I mean, come on, there's no one really out there doing the stuff that Vinny Maverick's doing, and then we all know Super Oprah's on a whole other level. So I mean, it was a match that was kind of like Beauty and the Beast versus I don't know, man, something
Dude,
wild.
this was a hard hitter, and being in the
Yep.
ring for my first time with Vinny Maverick, fish taco eating. It was being in the ring, being the ref for Vinny Maverick was fun. I've never actually got to be in the ring with Super Oprah either, so this was the first time, for me refereeing this match. And I know that we had saw Vinny a couple times, and he has said, "Ref a big nasty match, and it'll change your life." And I will say that Vinny went hard last night. He missed the moonsault, but to deep six big Oprah.
Yeah.
To deep six, like the swing, the whole, like, I'm surprised the ring, it was like a big show match where the ring imploded.
Well, you jumped. I mean, there was a point where you were like a foot off the ground just from the shaking of it. So
yeah, like I think so before, like, right. I've seen this before, like people are like, I think that the referees, like on WWE and shit, like embellish, and they might a little bit. But like, dude, legitimately, every time they bounce the ring, it bounced me up like a trampoline.
Yep. You can
Like
see it.
just wood. It's wood under there and metal. There's no springs. There's, what I'm saying? Like a wrestling ring doesn't have bounce.
Yeah, it's not mattresses. Well, they're not wrestling on mattresses. There's not trampolines underneath there. It is a wooden ring with a very small amount of nothing.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's just literally 2x4s, and these dudes, it was wild. Vinnie Maverick missed the moonsault. Able to get that deep six on Super Oprah after the interruption
Yep.
by Mike Michaels.
It was actually Dustin Bowers.
Dustin Bowers came out first. You are correct, and then Mike Michaels. No,
Correct.
you're right.
And then we also saw Super Oprah lose her wig.
Yes, and when the wig comes off, that's points we've
That's
seen in the
scary.
past. At points we've seen in the past where Super Oprah gets real upset, and the voice change, the meanness comes out. And at one point last night, the meanness came out when Dustin came out. Super Oprah knocked him off the ring, off the apron, and the wig came off, and you better watch your shit. And the whole crowd was like, "What the fuck, dog?"
Yeah. It was the Friday. It was that Friday. Damn, like I was like, oh,
wild, man.
But no, and I mean, like, it was a match. It was a match. What a great way to start the day, start the whole event. We did end up seeing
Molly said I was shocked when she took her wig off.
Yeah, same. I don't think I've ever actually. I don't think I've ever seen that in person. But yeah, so then we ended up
come off in matches before. Like it gets ripped off by somebody, and then she gets pissed.
Yeah, this was her choice. This was her pulling it off, and then I mean, you're in the ring with her, so that's twice as scary, man. I was like on the other side of the
Oh yeah, I mean, I got out of there quick.
So.
I Vinnie Maverick hit that deep six, got that 1, 2, 3, and I was out of there quick. There was some heat going on with the professor. We're gonna have to stay up to date, with this storyline and Dustin Bowers and what's going on here because we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Vinnie Maverick able to pick up the win. Vinnie Maverick, the notable point here, Vince, 3-0 in Mega Championship Wrestling.
Wow.
So, 7 Hills home days, he was able to pick up the dub. Turmoil, he showed up to Turmoil, cleaned house, beat Cody Gray. Shows up at this first LC show, picks up a dub over Super Oprah. I mean,
it's pretty impressive.
I mean, he's letting them know that it's in Big Nasty's world. So Tommy said she's hot with or without hair. Tommy loves some Super Oprah.
Tommy does love Super Oprah. And then right away we went right into that fatal 5-way match. This is Razzie Suave, El Taino, Mike Michaels, El Tic Taco, and RJ Jonesy.
For the number 1 contendership to the Fighting Spirit Championship.
And this started off, like most big matches that have El Taco in it. He likes to, of course, advertise himself. He brings his little signage out. He's got to, pull it out as he comes out to his music and everything. And
you make sure you're following TikTok.
Yes, make sure
on the TikTok and all the social medias. He's pretty funny.
He's pretty funny.
I follow TikTok. He follows the Piledriver, so.
But I think everyone's kind of getting, they're just like, quit stealing the limelight because immediately after, maybe 2 seconds of being in the ring, everyone attacked him. I think everyone but El Taino. El Taino was actually still just saying hi to the crowd and then realized what was going on and kind of was just like shrugged his shoulders, was like, I guess I'll do this too.
Yeah.
37 broken ribs.
37 broken ribs. You don't even have 37 ribs. You don't even have 37 ribs total. So they're double broke. He's got 14. They're double broke. Tommy, you're a bit much, dude. What honestly, look, and I hate to say it like this because it makes it sound like I'm putting disrespect on El Taino. El Taino was definitely the dark horse in this match. Like he was the
Yep.
one that nobody expected to win. And for him to pull that splash out of nowhere on the top and pin Jonesy for a 1-2-3 was crazy to me. Like
Yes.
again, I've seen El Taino, he's good. I've repped his matches, great. The dude can wrestle. But going in, you got former Fighting Spirit champions, former Brass Knuckles champions. There's like El Taino was definitely the dark horse here, and for him to come out
Yeah.
with the dub, I think this might throw a wrench into Pastor Silo's game plan, maybe. Because this is a different type of opponent. You're not used to seeing El Taino. Whereas Jonesy and everybody they're around more often, and Taino shows up and to pick up this dub is big for him.
Right, right. You don't have that normalcy. You don't have that, consistency. You see the people, everyone talks about reviewing tapes and you watch the matches that you have with the people that make it to Turmoil every week, but we don't actually get to see El Taino as much. So, maybe people are going to have to learn quick or, learn on their feet because this is a whole new ball game now. And like you said, I was actually pretty shocked myself. I'm not going to lie. I had my boy Brazi pegged for the win. Just seeing the underdog lately
We did.
grow. But everybody's got a horse in the race, and not all the horses can win.
Hey, speak of it, Vince, and he shall appear. Main
Hey,
event Brasi says he's going for the Brasi Knuckles Championship.
put some
Maybe
respect on that.
going to put some heat on Colt Johnson. We did see today that you know apparently Cody Gray has lost his shot. When we'll talk about that in the barbecue brawl match that we got into, and that one was freaking.
But yeah,
That one was wild.
yeah.
But this match, like I said, Cole Johnson in the chat said, "Bro ain't winning a damn thing." Um, so
Wow.
first off, Colt, I need you to check your messages. I sent you a funny Boston video. It was hilarious.
Oh, man, I kind of forgot
Yeah.
about that.
I
Yeah.
did not. It was hilarious.
No.
Shout out to my boy Boston real quick. I fucking love this kid. And last night solidified it a lot more, in my opinion. He came out, had a blast. At the after party was a fucking blast. We'll talk about that a little bit. But, it was top notch. Good match from El Taino. I mean, everybody involved,
Everybody.
obviously
Everybody.
Jonesy jumping. Oh
Rosie hit
shit.
it solid. Her Karana off
Colt,
the top.
Colt said, "Oh, I saw it. I got some choice words for Vito Sharp Cheddar."
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So again, everybody in this match, TikTako obviously pissed. TikTako
Oh,
obviously was
yeah.
going for this Fighting Spirit Championship back, trying to get back in the hunt for that is just something. Dude, I don't know what TikTako's going to do now. Because again, he had it. He had himself pegged to win this to go against CeeLo at Night of Champions. And so we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Card.
Um,
Plans don't always go the way they are planned.
Match 3, I believe, was a grudge match that we've all been waiting for.
Yep.
Ashton Day going 1-on-1 with his former protege, Aaron Holloway. This was a good match, dude.
Solid. Super solid match. Very technical. We saw, as we have been seeing, a new side of Aaron. He was always such a nice, such a nice boy, such a nice boy, but he's very mean. He's not a very nice guy no more. And it showed in his match. Actually, pretty smart of him. He's realizing that Ashton has some weaknesses lately, and he definitely utilized those. Went after the knees a lot. I was like, holy cow! Like, just working the one knee over and over and over again.
Tommy said he loves Aaron Holloway. Who's Aaron
Aaron
Holloway?
Holloway. Is that like Sam Holloway and Aaron? I don't know. I'm not going there. I'm gonna leave it at that. Ashton did this solid. It was like I don't know if it was like a roll up attempt or what, but I think it was like a roll up attempt from Alloway, and Ashton ended up turning it into a bridge and locking him in, and almost got the 1-2-3. So that was cool. Like I said, very technical match, a lot of mat work, so it was cool.
We've seen a lot of Ashton Day doing a lot more technical stuff, working on his technical abilities, and I mean, he's killing it. At Neo Pro, we saw him, and like I said, we talked about it last week. He came out and cut a legitimate promo, and it was fucking good. Like the whole promo was great. So he was able to pick up the win here. Is this the end of the feud? I don't know about that yet. I don't know. I don't know
And
if Aaron Alloway
they
is going to
shook
come.
hands. They did shake hands, so you never really know, though. One of them could have had their fingers crossed behind their back.
That's true. Molly said Ultra Star. Colt said bro lost to Colt Johnson. I mean, it is what it is. So, match 4. All right, here we go. They're both in the chat. Cody Gray is in the chat. Colt and I defeated former multi-time tag team champions. We also have a winning record as a team. Interesting stats, eh? Is what Cody says.
Okay.
Tommy said Ashton Day pulled the tights to win. I didn't see that, but Tommy's got more views than me on the commentary, so
right. I mean, he did. It was like a roll up attempt again, and then like kind of locked in a pin. It was like I said, it was a lot of mat work. Very, I kind of lost it a little bit there, but yeah, going right into the meat and taters versus Colt and Cody match, man. This was a wild match. This is definitely not what I expected to see.
Brandon Xavier also in the chat. Colt defeated. You got your ass kicked. Brody says, bro, Cody got put through a door. I won. He didn't do a damn thing. Let's get right into this.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's some heat going on.
Meat and taters make their fucking entrance, dude. Right? Mo looked ready. Brandon came out, dripped in the Crown Royal. The drip. They had solo cups with God knows what in it. They came out, they got in the ring, the crowd was live for meat and taters. Cody comes out.
Whoa.
Let me just say, the pig mask, the fucking outfit, top notch, Cody Gray.
Yep,
you look fucking great. Dude. Loved it.
Hard as fuck.
I loved it. And then obviously you get your entrance from the Brass Knuckles champion Colt Johnson as he's making his way down the aisle. Brandon and Mo said, fuck it, and they got out of the ring, ring the bell. Let's go. It's underway.
Yeah. And man.
This match is just started right away. Immediately, I believe it was a tiki torch. Colt Johnson took a tiki torch to the back.
Correct.
Brandon picked up a cornhole, a bag, not the board,
bag of corn.
And threw it right to the lower regions of Cody Gray, just right in square in the ding dong. It was at one point these men just battled all around. I mean, anything that you'd imagine from a barbecue was there. There was hubcaps, grill plates. At one point, I believe I saw a spatula.
Tongs.
Tongs were used at one point. We should have brought
chairs.
The bologna. We should have brought the bologna from Sage.
Oh, well, but there was already meat at the party.
There was meat at the party.
Ribs.
Out of the cooler comes a rack of ribs. Okay. Cole comes running at Brandon and cracks him in the back with this bag of ribs or with this slab of ribs. It's sealed slab of ribs. I don't know, dude. Probably.
It was big. It was like a whole rack of ribs. It was a full rack.
All right. Colt runs down on Brandon, hits him with this slab of ribs as Brandon's like messing with Cody, over in this side of the outside, like in this, outside corner of the area. They weren't in the ring. And Colt runs over, hits him with this bag of ribs. Brandon goes down. Mo gets Colt, messes him up. Brandon somehow gets a hold of the rack of ribs, hits Cody with it, goes back around the ring where Mo is chasing Colt, throws the rack of ribs at Colt. It hits Colt, and I think it hit Colt, and I don't know if it was the way Colt fell or the way where it hit him, but instead of bouncing, it bounced and went right over the front railing and hit this little girl square in the face. Bam! I
She
checked
was
on her.
fine though.
I checked on her immediately. She was okay. What's more concerning, and I was told this, I was informed of this by Colt Johnson, Mega Fan X earlier. If you go back and rewatch the video that's been posted multiple times today by Brandon and Colt, everybody, when the little girl gets hit with the rack of ribs, the brother is more concerned about the ribs than he is his sister. Doesn't give a shit about her. Doesn't care that she just got hit in the face. He's like, oh,
Free ribs.
where'd those ribs go?
Free ribs. Yeah, man. Come
Hey,
on.
the mom looks dead at me. The mom looks dead at me, and she's like, this brisket's coming home with me. And I'm like, it's ribs, but okay.
Yeah, okay. Take it home. That's your trophy. We saw a lot of things in this match. A lot of things used. At one point, Big Mo threw an entire cornhole board at Colt, which then that cornhole board ended up getting used in the ring as Brandon ended up throwing it inside, and him and Big Mo hip toss Colt right
Yeah,
through it.
double hip toss right through the cornhole board.
And it was just, the sound that the board made was absolutely just deafening in the whole, stadium we were in. And it was brutal.
Brandon
Uh,
went for the pin at that moment, shoulders down on Cole Johnson. Cole able to kick out at 2. Um, I did think I can't remember when it happened again. I was refereeing this match and it was fucking
Yep.
chaos. I can't remember when it happened, but at some point Brandon grabbed a bag of charcoal, opened it up, poured it on the ground, and straight suplexed right on the charcoal briquettes. I mean, barbecue brawl match. It makes sense. It's
Makes
essentially
perfect
the
sense.
thumbtacks of the barbecue brawl, and it worked. I mean, Cole was charcoal brick-headed marks all over his back. And then you, like Vince said, through the cornhole board. Another funny moment that happened, and I don't know if anybody noticed. Again, I seen it. Cole Johnson grabbed a cornhole bag at one point, and on the other side of the ring, you had Brandon, Cody, and Mo, and Colt is on this side of the ring, and he throws the cornhole bag at the opponents and hits his partner.
Oh, yeah, that was bad. Bad aim.
Bad form by Colt Johnson. But
It,
they did get Brandon in the ring. At one point, Plank was involved. Plank got set up right in front of Mama Johnson, leaning on the ring and the barricade. Tommy said, are you sure it was bad aim? No, I'm not 100% sure that it was bad aim. It could have very much been on purpose. Plank set up right here on the far side of the ring.
like a bridge.
Cody's up on the apron. Him and Big Mo are throwing fists. They're going at it. Big Mo hits him with a big one, and Cody leans. And we see Cody leaning. He's got the rope, and that's the big boy to be trying to hold on. Mo slugs him one more time. Cody teeters a little more, and I think Mo didn't know that it was enough. So Mo went to go into the ropes, and he was gonna freaking just lay one in. And he turned around, and Cody had already been knocked out through the plank. Rest in peace to Plank. He is dead. He threw a chair in his head. That's right. He threw the chair. I forgot all about that. Again, chaos.
The chair
It was
shot.
chaos. There was so much going on. I have no idea. Essentially, though, that took out Big Mo, getting in, and then Brandon gets back in the ring with Colt Johnson. The 6-shooter gets locked in, and Colt Johnson pins Brandon Xavier again.
Yeah, Brandon takes that 6-shooter right on the chair, and yeah, Colt gets the 1, 2, 3, and I mean the music hits, and again, this is just one of those things. No one expected this. No one expected it.
Because there was a lot. Colt said, "How are you going to forget me throwing a lawn chair at Mo?" Because there was so much going on. I might have been over, with Brandon and Cody at that time. There was chaos. It was barbecue chaos.
But he definitely did throw a whole, and it wasn't just like a normal chair, like the Sabu style chairs. No, this was like a beach chair, colorful flying, wild looking
Like
beach chair.
Click Clacks.
Yep. So that was just crazy. There's just so much going on. I loved it. This was like, these are one of those matches that I've never seen a barbecue brawl match ever even advertised. So
Yeah.
what a unique, match. This was like a custom dream match, really.
Yeah, no, 100%. This match was wild.
Oh,
And
I
it,
did kind of, I did kind of, in my notes here, I made a really funny comment. Because every tag team has to have a good name, right? So you
yeah,
got Meat and Taters, Cash Inc. You got all these different, tag teams. Well, we know Cole Johnson as the Southern Center, and we know Cody Gray as Big Hungry. So I penned Hungry Sinners on my notes here, and I don't know why. Just kind of funny.
the Hungry Sinners.
But
Oh,
yeah.
in the chat, the Bostonian himself, Vito
Hey.
Mozzarella. Rest in peace to Plank. Vito Mozzarella. I love you, brother. Um, but yeah, yes, this match was phenomenal. Cole Johnson again picking up the 1-2-3 over Brandon Xavier, and then seeing today on. Oh, that's a good one too, Tony. Cody just got a good one. Southern Appetite.
I like that a lot.
Yes, he can. He had a great time, and as long as he didn't Ralph, he's fine.
No, he didn't. He didn't. I can confirm that.
Boom. Then he's good. After this, we went to intermission. It was cool. We took I think 15 minutes for intermission, 15 to
Yep.
20. Cole Johnson said, "Dog, we are not a team," in the chat. So Cole Johnson said it straight. There will be no more tag team action between him and Big Hungry Cody Gray. But intermission was cool. Wrestlers about Ken Vasion had them Graham slamming peanut butter and jellies. We had JVM out. Shogun was out. Cash Inc. Big Bill. Everybody, and it was good, man. It was good to see the interactions with the fans. Seeing fans interact with the wrestlers. I know the Ultra Star made a killing last night. Just shout out to the fans for supporting the wrestlers, man. Shout out to
Yep.
the couple people that bought shirts from your boys here at the Piledriver podcast. We appreciate that. It was all in all a good night, man. And shout out to Concessions. Concessions killed it last night. Lynn and JJ killed it on Concession. Amanda and Zoe helped. Zoe helped do wristbanding. It was a full team effort yesterday, man, and we fucking rocked it, in my opinion. So intermission went off without a hitch, and then we came back to a match where Vince has told me he doesn't really have any notes for.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no,
We had one
no,
more. We had one
that's
more.
right.
Yep. We had
That's
one
right.
more.
They switched us. That's right. They switched
This.
us.
Yep. So this one I do have notes for. So we saw Tesson Gates versus Pastor CeeLo. This has been a match that if you're not following Turmoil, you probably would have not known what was going on. But there was a lot of animosity building up into this match. And I mean, especially after what we saw this last Thursday at Turmoil, Tesson had it out for Pastor CeeLo and really wanted to take that championship home.
Yeah, no, 100%. Cole Johnson, mega fan, said thanks to Amanda and Zoe for helping out with the cult table. And Molly said Toledo's own. So Alexis in the chat as well said everyone was awesome. It was nice to meet her as well yesterday. It was nice to see her and finally to put a face to the name that's always hanging out with us and talking the goodness of Cody Gray. So Pastor Stilo and Tesson. This match was something that we've all been wanting. Obviously, Tesson has, like Vince said, man, if you haven't been watching Turmoil, it comes on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock. If you can't make it Thursday night at 8 o'clock, it's still on the YouTube page the next day. You can go back and watch it. We're like an hour 15 minutes tops. We're not that long of a show. It's a weekly show. Keep up with the storylines. But Teston Gates has just been every week, and he finally earned this shot against Pastor CeeLo. And this was a good one, man.
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, I just loved right away, and I mean, we see this so often.
And
Uh,
it's free. Tommy said that's the best
yeah,
part.
it
That's
is.
the
It
best
is
part
free.
about it.
Turmoil is always free. But so the one thing we always see, the one common factor we always see when Pastor CeeLo comes out, not only does he make his rounds and with the collection plate, but he also always has his biggest fan in the room, and that's his mom. So, Mama CeeLo, we love you.
Big shout out to Mama CeeLo. I love Mama CeeLo. Even
Yes,
more so after last night. I already love that lady, but last night solidified it. We had a
yeah,
great
she's
match.
so much fun.
She came through.
But I was actually like, I was very surprised to see Tesson actually go after Mama Sila. Like he was like just I'm gonna kill your boy. I'm gonna he was just mouthing off to her, and she's a fiery woman. She does not take no business from nobody, and she was giving it right back to him. I'll give her that.
I mean, look in the chat, Mama CeeLo getting all the love. Amanda said Mama CeeLo was a blast, so fun. Cole Johnson, mega fan X with the heart emoji.
Yeah.
Bostonian Vito said Teston is a monster, speaking from experience. Yes, that is. I
Yep.
was, I mean, but no, I mean, Teston went after Pastor CeeLo, and he definitely had that fighting spirit in him last night. He definitely came with it. He definitely brought it, and it was probably one of the best Teston Gates matches I've ever seen.
Oh, easily, man. I mean, there was so much power, that Tesson brings, and as fast as CeeLo is, you can only be so fast, and then you wear down, and the guy that's just that much powerful than you, he can just throw you around, and that's what we saw. I mean, there was even a point where Pastor CeeLo goes to do the crossbody, and Tesson just caught him like a
Yeah,
baby, just held him, and then dropped him too. Flipped him on his shoulders, and just boom, dropped him on his
yeah.
back. So
The strength, like I said, see the strength of Teston, just the whole uptick of everything he's done from moves to in ring performance. He's got it, dude. We've
oh,
talked about this. We've talked about this in the car before, just not on the like off pod stuff, and we've said the same shit. So it's not like I'm fronting for the fucking camera, but
yeah,
he put on a great match, and I mean, regardless of what happens with Pastor CeeLo and the new, Pastor CeeLo was able to retain in this match. I didn't
yes,
know if we hadn't gotten that far yet, so
yeah, we didn't get that far, but yeah,
I
yep,
kind of
yep.
messed
So
myself. But regardless of what happens between El Taino and Pastor CeeLo now, you can very much well bet that Tesson Gates is paying attention and he's going to be coming back for that title.
oh, absolutely, absolutely, and like you said, unfortunately, it wasn't enough to take home that title. He even had Madam President come out at the end of the match and kind of send him to the back, and she did not look happy. But we will. This is not the last we see Tesson, and Tesson's only going to grow from this. I just I've enjoyed seeing him grow within this turmoil action, and at different events. Tesson has quickly grown to be one of the best guys in the locker room. So,
No, I agree.
but yeah,
Yeah.
this is the one. This next one's the one. So we were having a little technical difficulties on our end, and I kind of had to run back and forth for a little bit. So my notes for the Shogun versus JVM match is a very limited. Honestly, I only have the winning move.
That's fine because I was right there for the whole match.
Yep.
And look, this is where the fans going to come out of me, and part of me hopes Brandon still ain't watching. When I get to ref shit like Shogun, it means something to me. Because, like, did you not see Shogun on TV a couple weeks ago? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's a big deal. So getting a referee in this match was a big deal for me. Shogun, big, heavy hitter. JVM. I've watched JVM and Mega for years. I've seen JVM grow and get better and better as a wrestler for years. And for him to get this shot, these dudes threw it on the line. I'm talking this was match full of haymakers. There was
Yes.
there was a little technical wrestling. Dominic's going to bed. He's got school tomorrow. Dominic, have a great day at school, my guy. We will
Yeah,
talk
buddy.
to you. We will see you soon. Thank you again for the sign, bro. I appreciate you so much.
Have a good night, Dom.
But JBM and Shogun, these dudes back and forth, just beating each other up back and forth. Big splashes in the corner to big splashes in the corner. At one point, Shogun, yelled at me, and I told me to back up. I was just doing my job, like I'm just trying to do my job here. But Shogun's a big scary guy, and he was just beating the shit out of JVM. But then JVM was just beating the shit out of Shogun. Like this, it was back and forth until it wasn't. At one point, Shogun grabbed JVM and threw him suplex style. I don't know what you call it, kind of pump handle esque T-bone suplex. I'm not real familiar with all the names. If we had Paulie, he could have told you what it was. He probably got the call, great and correct on the commentary, but I don't know what kind of suplex it was. He flipped JVM over his head, and JVM's not a little guy.
No.
He's every bit at 230 at least. Probably more. I don't want to say he's that big. Make it seem like he's huge and fat, but he's bigger than me, and I'm 210-ish, so he's bigger than me. And he just chucked him like he was nothing, right? Just whoop, see ya. All in all, these, like I said, these men went back and forth. JVM at one point lost the battle, and Shogun ended up on that second rope. He picked him up. JVM picked Shogun up. Looked like he was going to go for a superplex, something to that effect. Shogun was able to fight him off. Bit the head. I had to yell at Shogun for that. Knocked JVM off, and then that middle rope, big frog splash.
Yep. That was actually the only thing I ended up getting to see at the end of the match was the big frog splash, and that was, I mean, it was a damn good frog splash.
Yeah, 100%. Nice and clean. Landed right on him. I slid down, and like I said, Shogun hit the frog splash, didn't move. I slid into position. 1, 2, 3. JVM was out. Shogun retains his Infinity Championship, which means, he'll be back. So
yep.
Make sure you got your lemonade ready, as your offering to the Suplex Shogun. And, we meant to talk to him last night. I meant to ask him if the Suplex Challenge is still in effect. But so are you familiar with the Suplex Shogun Challenge?
I'm not.
Okay. So it used to be when Shogun was in a match, regardless of pinfall or anything, if you were able to suplex him 5 times, you win.
Really? Huh?
We meant to ask last night, and see if that was still in effect. Obviously JVM did not suplex him 5 times. I think maybe he got 1. But it's not an easy task to suplex the Suplex Shogun.
Right.
So JVM unfortunately wasn't able to pick up the victory here. Hopefully we see him back at some point. Shogun Jackson Stone retains the Infinity Championship title.
That's awesome. Yep, it was a good match. And then that was actually my first match getting to work with Shogun. And
okay.
I just want to give him a shout out. Very respectful dude. Gave me some flowers, just through and through, just working. So that was really cool.
He's a really good guy.
Yep, carries himself very well, very professional. It was very great working with him.
Next match on the card. As we all know, the card is subject to change. Match was scheduled. And this was a bummer. Match was scheduled for Alice Crawley, Big Al from the 440 Blue, to come in and defend her Baddies Championship against Madam President Sebastian LaShawn. Unfortunately, due to some travel issues, Alice was not able to make it. So the match itself had to be scrapped. But there is a light. There is the light at the end of this tunnel, Vince. I don't even know if you know about this yet. You might not have even seen it yet. Just announced today by Mega Championship Wrestling. This Thursday on Turmoil, Big Al will be in the house to defend her Baddies Championship against Madam President Sebastian LaShawn.
Okay. Cool.
So Madam President will get back. I assume it's got to be the main event. It's got to be the first time Cole Johnson does a main event Turmoil in God knows how long. This is, I mean,
This is big, so it has to be
this
the
is
main
big.
event.
This is big. Big Al coming in, Madam President ready to reclaim what she never really lost.
Nope, never lost it.
It is. Alec in the chat, what up? Cole Johnson, mega fan. Make sure you're watching on Thursday. If you didn't notice, too, a new thing we did this year, or this past event yesterday, around the LCC Fieldhouse, we posted QR codes everywhere. Scan them next time you see them, fans. Scan them. It'll send you right to the Mega Championship, everything. It'll get you on the YouTube so you can subscribe so you don't miss Turmoil. It'll get you to the Facebook page so you can subscribe so you don't miss Turmoil. Because then you miss big matches like Big Al versus Sebastian LaShawn for that Baddies Championship this Thursday.
And you don't want to miss that because this is going to be great.
Yeah. I believe the next match was the 6-man.
Yes, and again, so as you just stated, this card's always subject to change. And we had an unfortunate situation that Matt Cross was not able to make it to this event. And it sucks. Things happen. Matt Cross is one of the guys that has been with Mega for a long time.
He's one of my favorites.
Yep, same. Big backyard wrestling guy here. But hey, that doesn't mean that we don't get somebody to come and step in, into his place, and who better than Bryson Teller to take his place, going up against with Butchie B and Chris Onyx going up against Cash Inc. and Big Bill Collier.
Well, as we know, Bryson has had many troubles with Cash Inc. So for him to step in on Thursday night, and we had been informed by the Hammer and the BBC that, Matt Cross wasn't going to be able to make it. So we knew. And Cash Inc. knew. They heard just as well as we did on Turmoil. They watched Turmoil. They're in the back. They're paying attention to what's going on, and they found out as well, just the same when we did, that Matt Cross wasn't going to be there. So it essentially was going to be a handicap match. And last week on Turmoil, they made it known as they attacked Butchie during his match, as they attacked Chris during his match. They tried to interfere in the match. I had to get them off the ring. They tried to jump on the apron. I understand. I understand where Nick went, why Nick got fed up, why Satch got fed up with Cash.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But it is what it is. And at the end, Bryson Teller comes in to make the save and essentially says he'd be glad to help Butchie and Chris in this 6-man tag. Bill Collier being added to Cash Inc. is a lot. That's a big boy. This match was very, very hard. This is probably my hardest match to date to try to keep under control. It was a lot. 6 men, and I had to try to keep Chris and Butchie out of the ring as they kept trying to get in. And then Gavin would try to get in, and he wasn't legal. And it was just a lot to try to keep everybody in control and maintain some sense of order in this match.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you had your hands full, buddy. I mean, they were playing games with you, both mind games. They were, tricking you, and it's, I could see it. I could see you getting frustrated even on my end, bud. So I get it. And again, like you said, I can see why Satch got frustrated too, and it's almost a handicap match because you also have Ken Bajan involved here. So Ken is, Ken might not be in the ring, but Ken's on the outside of the ring. Ken's grabbing people, grabbing feet, grabbing heads, grabbing your attention, taking your attention away.
I can't watch Ken and tags and this and this and this. And I'm trying. It's hard.
You're doing a good job, though.
I only have 2 eyeballs.
Yep. But yeah, so I mean, again, another thing we saw, like I was saying earlier, these guys, these guys pay attention to what their opponent's weaknesses are, and Cash Inc. definitely utilized Butchie's knee problem. You saw it wrapped up in the underneath the
very early in the match. They focused on that immediately.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Bill Collier grabbing him by that leg and
he put him in the stretch muffler. I've never seen a stretch muffler in real life, dude. I've only seen that in a video game where somebody picks the leg up over the head and just kind of I've never seen that in real life.
Oh, well, we got to see it, man. And I mean, he threw him in the turnbuckles with that
Oh
leg a
my
few times.
God, dude. He
Brutal.
just grabbed him by the leg and threw Butchie like a ragdoll. Like we all know Butchie isn't the biggest guy. He's a little skinny if you've ever
Little
seen
guy.
him. You know, he's taller, but he's a little skinnier. And he just threw Butchie like he was nothing.
Yeah. Oh, it was, and it seemed like Butchie was stuck in that ring, taking that abuse forever. I mean, it felt like a solid 5 minutes.
Dude, he
So he
couldn't get
was
to
in
the
there.
he couldn't get to the
Yep.
corner. And Bill Collier wasn't really doing anything illegal. They're working on the knee. He's working the submission. He's working the hold. I'm asking Butchie if he wants to give up. He doesn't want to give up. So I just let him go. He's able to continue. I let him continue. So, like you said, they worked that for a long time. At one point, though, this might have been besides the main event. That's probably the barbecue brawl match. This is awesome, champ though. So that was cool. This got a huge pop. Bill Collier's working on that leg. He's picking Butchie up. It looks like he's going for another dragon screw. Butchie insecurities the shit out of him, and Bill Collier falls back into his corner, knocking down both members of Cash Inc., and the crowd erupted.
Yep, that was a good move. That was a solid moment. Like you said, the pop was huge.
Able to get over to make the tag to Chris Onyx, and Onyx comes in hot.
Dude, he was taking heads off, man. Those clotheslines and just
He spine busted Skyler Gavin, and then spine busted Skyler on top of Gavin.
That was so awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Being on where I was at, I tried not to get too hyped up, but I jumped on that one. I'm not
you marked
gonna
out a little bit. Sorry, it was good.
A little bit.
It was good. And then at one point, Chris backed in. He backed in his corner. He did his thing, and Gavin and Skyler caught the double Claymore. We thought it was over here. Bill Collier's over here in the corner. He's the legal man. Chris is the legal man. Chris is in his corner. Bryson makes the blind tag on Chris Onyx and jumps over, takes out Cash Inc., and essentially tries to take over. And this is where I don't want to say animosity. This is where it came, like the disagreement started. That's not a good word. That's not a good word for it. But you know what I'm saying? This is where the heat started. Chris was pissed because he had it. He felt he had this match won. And Bryson making the tag out of left field maybe screwed them over. I had to get them out of the ring. Butchie and Chris had to get out of the ring. And as I'm trying to push them, confrontation. This is where the confrontation started. Thank you, Amanda. I had to get them out of the ring. So as I'm trying to push Butchie and Chris out of the ring because they are not the legal men, they need to get out. Something happens to Bryson behind me. I'm over here. I can't watch everything.
You can't see everything.
I turned around, Skyler slamming him down, and he's pinned. Cash Inc. wins. Cash Inc. and Big Bill Collier pick up the W as the animosity continued to boil between these three guys in the ring. So, again, Cash Inc. and Chris Onyx and Butchie B, I don't think this story's over. I don't think Chris and Butchie are going to let it go like this, especially with the addition of Bryson. And like we said, Onyx was a little bit upset with Bryson Teller as well. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, like we said, we'll say it after every match because if you watch Turmoil, you'll know where it goes, and you won't.
Yeah, you will.
We appreciate you watching us so we can tell you where it's going, but we can watch Turmoil. We're there too. And last but most certainly not least, our main event of the evening. Alex Daniels versus Tyreek Kalam.
Okay. Oh my God.
I can't speak on this match because I didn't watch it. I did not watch it. I didn't. I was changing. I was not the referee. I was getting ready to go home. We were packing up. I'm in the locker room. I'm getting ready to go. I'm not the ref for this. There's no reason. We're kind of hanging out. At one point, apparently, there was a fucking sweet Piledriver. So
There
thank you,
was a
Tyreek.
really sweet pile driver.
Thank you, fucking Tyreek Kalam, for that. Not the first time that he's gave the pile driver a good one. So shout out to Tyreek Kalam for that. I know that after it, maybe Alex jumped off the top rope and Tyreek rocked him.
Yep. Okay. Do you want
With
me
that,
to?
with yeah, go.
Yeah.
Tell me all
Okay.
about it.
Let me break it down to you. All right, man.
Real
Yeah,
quick,
this was
before you go. Real quick before you go.
okay.
Tyreek Kalam looked fucking great last night in terms of appearance.
Yes.
My
New
boy
haircut.
my boy was lined up. He had the his shit was
A
just
little
crisp.
zigzag, dude.
Little design and shit.
The
The beard
beard.
looked crisp. New gear. The new
New
gear is fire.
great
Looks
Demon
great.
King on the butt. Perfect, bro.
Fucking
Loved
love
it.
it, Tyreek. I love it.
Loved it. So, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. These guys went right at it. You know, we've seen Daniels, we've seen Kalam, but I don't think I've ever seen them against each other. And this was really cool. One of the things I saw immediately, and I was like, man, like something's going. Like this, there's a different Kalam in that ring right now. He did
I
this
mean,
wild.
we've seen it over the past couple weeks in Turmoil.
Oh, dude, yes. But this, I mean, like you said, new appearance and just this. He had this like, this eagerness is like he was just ready to go. He did this really wild like scissor leg drop on Daniels while he's laying there, like, and it was like he went so high and just dropped that leg right on his neck, and I was like, damn, like, um. There was a moment where like Kalam, like kind of fireman carried Alex up to the top rope, and then Daniels ended up countering and kind of doing like a little head scissors of his own and flicking Kalam across the ring off the top rope. That was pretty wild.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna have to rewatch this one.
yeah, no, you have to, man. You really have to because there were so many solid spots. You know, Alex loves hitting that moonsault off the top turnbuckle off, like on the other side of the ring,
Yes, he's on the
and
apron and he kind of runs up that middle turnbuckle and does a moonsault. Yes.
yes, and he hit that. It was so good. I had a really good shot, like the side I was on with it. Um, I don't know what this was, but Daniels did like it almost looked like a front flip DVD. Like he literally like instead of going sideways like a DVD would work, he like flipped Kalam forward and it like he landed on Kalam and then was able to land on his feet afterwards. And I was just like, I don't think I've ever seen that before. So that was dope. Um, Alex does that.
Alex is really good.
Oh, he's so good. He hits that beam me up, okay, and that's that cutter.
That big
That's
cutter. Yeah.
and he hit it. He hit it really good. Like I mean, I thought that was game over. Kalam got back up. Then he tried to hit it again. And I mean, yeah, it's a great move, but you don't hit a move twice, especially a finishing move twice back to back. And even though it was right on the money, Kalam was able to just throw that forearm right into Daniels as he was coming down for that cutter. That was game over, dude. That was
Dude,
game over. Mike.
so we're sitting in the back. We're sitting in the back again. I'm changing. 1, 2, 3. I hear the pinfall, and I'm like, okay, show's over. And then I hear, and new! And I was like, holy shit, dude. I just started sprinting. I sprinted to the back. It was a cool moment because again, Tyreek wanted nothing to do with us as a group, but we were all so happy for him when we came to the ring. Like we all came out to the ring and slid in the ring and fucking pumped this, like we were all pumped for Tyreek Kalam last night. It was great, 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 great moment. Super, super happy for him. He definitely 100 fucking percent deserves it.
Yep.
It was again top notch, top notch, top notch, top notch. Vince, what do you got for a grade on Let 'Em Cook?
I'm giving it a solid 4 out of 5 pile drivers. And I think the Sebastian not getting her shot at the title, I think that kind of put a little and that's nobody's fault. That's nobody's fault. and it shouldn't even
We
be
get
part
it
of the
on
grade.
Thursday. We get it on
We
Thursday.
do get it Thursday, but I think that was something I was left lacking. You know, it was something that I didn't feel completed.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I mean, great, just great show. I mean, the barbecue brawl match. I love gimmick matches. I love fun matches,
It was fun.
and that was literally like fun match. That was a great match. You know, and then of course, just anytime I get to see like Brandon in there, man, I'm not even just saying it, dude. But that dude is a king. He knows how to work a match, and I get to see that
Tribal
stuff. So,
chief.
yep.
Tribal chief.
But yeah, no, I mean, and then everybody else though, we all saw a great match. Everybody killed it. I mean, there's not a single soul in that locker room. None of those people came out and gave a half-ass performance. It was an absolute 100% balls to the wall. Everyone killed it show.
100%. I agree with you. Only in my opinion, I don't feel that I can give a full grade myself for the show because I only really got to pay full attention to the matches that I was in. So for the mega show, I have gotten the grade of my proxy. Zoe, the young daughter of me and Amanda, she was in attendance. She watched the whole show. I asked her afterwards what she would give the show on a grade. She knows how we grade around here. And Zoe gave Mega Let 'Em Cook 4.5 pile drivers. And I would agree with her. It was a good fucking show.
Yep.
The surprise at the end, the Tyreek win, the emotional moment, the barbecue brawl match was phenomenal. The 5-way was really, really good and surprising win with Taino, the dark horse. Vinny Maverick getting that 3-0 was awesome. Vinny Maverick showing up to Mega and doing what he essentially said he was going to fucking do the whole time. It was great. The fans were awesome. Shout out to the fans. Shout out to my uncle freaking Andy, who just happened to be in the crowd for other reasons that had no idea that I was a referee. So that was cool. Shout out to, like I said, everybody that helped. It was a full freaking team effort last night. It was good, and we made it work. And in my opinion, we killed it. And especially with 2 other local shows going on and a UFC fight last night. There was a UFC match last night.
Yeah, yep. That mixed martial arts. Yep.
Hold on. I got a message from the boss. I got a message from the boss. Oh, shit. A second announcement for tonight. On the 10/10 episode of Turmoil, Shogun will be in the building. So this isn't this coming week. It's next week.
Next week, okay.
Next Thursday. I'm pretty sure. Check my calendar. I'm a month behind. I forgot to rip off. Yes. So this week will be the 3rd. We get Sebastian LaShawn. I'm still in August over here. We get Sebastian LaShawn versus Big Al. Next Thursday, after that, Shogun will be in the building to defend the Infinity Championship against Big Nasty Vinny Maverick.
Oh, man. And he's on a winning streak right now. So, man, this is going to be wild. Oh, man.
Make sure you're tuning in to Turmoil. You definitely, like I said, don't want to miss these next upcoming episodes as we move into what was announced yesterday, our next event, which is on November 2nd, Jive Turkey. And Tommy just said it in the chat. You have no freaking idea how excited I am. Nation of Domination member D'Lo Brown will be in the building.
That'd be so cool. I'm very excited.
I'm pumped for D'Lo Brown, so I'm really excited for November 2nd, Jive Turkey at Lorain County Community College. Get your tickets, front row available, general admission available. You won't want to miss this one. Vince, that's about all we got. It is time for flowers of the evening. Go ahead.
I'll let you go. Oh, you want me to go first? Okay.
I'll go first. No, you go first.
You go first.
Go ahead.
You go first.
Me. All right, I got it. All right. I mean, obviously, I think like I have 2 sets of flowers I'm going to give away today. I feel like my first set is obviously it's just self-explanatory. Fucking Tyreek Kalam, dude. I'm like we said, the new gear, the new cut, the new trim up, the lineup, everything. All it did, dude, remind me of what one of my coaches told me back when we played high school football. If you look good, you feel good, and if you feel good, you play good. Tyreek looked like $1,000,000 and he walked out of there with the goddamn title, and he deserved every fucking inch of that shit. So my first set of flowers goes out to Tyreek Kalam. And then my second set of flowers actually goes out to the Mega Mafia. The Mega Mafia showed up last night. At one point, Tommy said, should we hold off on the first match? We still have a line going in the door. So, like, as soon as we opened the doors, we had a line nonstop of people coming in. People showed up last night for Mega, and it was great. So thank you guys all for showing up. And the biggest thing I know, we want everybody to know this. This is essentially we're changing. Essentially, one of our new mantras around here at Mega Mafia: kids 8 and under are free. Bring your children to the show. Bring your children to the show. We can't guarantee that they won't get hit in the head with a rack of ribs, but they're free. Kids at the show 8 and under are free. I think it really was a good thing last night. So it worked out real well. Show was real good.
It's a great thing. Yeah. I mean, in the world we live in, anything helps. So shout out to Mega for taking care of people like that.
What you got, buddy?
Man, so my flowers, I'll do two. I'll do two, kind of gotta, spread it out a little bit. Definitely gonna give a shout out to the unsung heroes of yesterday, and that's Tony Forge, who does a lot of our production side.
I was gonna give Tony some love too tonight. Normally, Tony, we told you guys last week, Tony's gonna be with us from now on. Tony is moving. Tony is in the process of moving to a new home. So he's doing something. He's busy. This doesn't mean he doesn't mean it was a one and done with Tony. He'll be back with us next week. He'll be back to talk some shit. But yeah, he's family man, so he's doing his thing. So yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Shout out to Tony.
Tony got Chance, our boy Chance, doing the sound.
Oh, Chance killed it last night.
We got Tommy, we got Paulie doing our commentating, Mark doing the roaming camera. We got Michelle and Jose doing photos. Shout out to all those guys. And then you kind of already gave a little bit of a shout out, but I'm gonna shout out everyone that ran the concessions, Lynn and JJ, like you did. We had Donna, everybody. I mean, everybody pitched in. George hooked up a bunch of fans. I went out and I gave out some figures, and I made sure to grab some cards from George, just to give out. We just saw such a great, unity of people. And we had a packed house. There was a point where me and Boston ended up having to put some chairs out.
Yeah,
like more chairs than we already had.
Out more chairs. Shout out to Lynn and Tommy, Cole Johnson, Mega Fan X. Shout out to Lynn and Tommy for food. Yeah, everything was real good yesterday, man. Like Ben said, everybody kicked ass. It was a whole team effort. Zoe, Amanda, Lynn, JJ. At one point, I believe Amanda was running 3 tables. She was running Ken, she was running the Cash 8 table, she was running the Piledriver table, and she was running the Cole Johnson table. So.
Oh, you know what? Okay, hold on. We almost forgot. I guess I'll give this shout out.
Uh-oh.
They've been putting in a little extra work lately, and they cleaned up a lot of a mess after that barbecue brawl match. Just shout out to the Lamberts, or AKA the Yoders.
Go Yoders!
So I'll give them that. So keep up the good work, boys.
100%. Shout out to the Yoders. Other than that, man, I got nothing else. We did have, an OCW show where our boy Gino DiCapo was able to capture the Ohio Heritage Championship from Robbie Starr.
Cool.
Really, really pumped for Gino. I love Gino, a 2-time Ohio Heritage Championship. We also did have another big announcement from that show that I don't really want to get into at all. One of my favorite fucking wrestlers, Lord Thomas the Brute, was finally dethroned after 700 some odd days as OCW heavyweight champion by my least favorite independent wrestler of all time, Patrick Hayes. So that's all we're going to talk about that. Tommy, we still love you. It was probably some bullshit. We weren't there. It was probably some bullshit that you lost. You probably cheated. But yeah, that's all we got for tonight. Make sure you tune in to Thursday Night Turmoil live on Mega Championship Wrestling's Facebook and YouTube pages, live at 8 p.m. this Thursday. Sebastian LaShawn versus Big Al for the Baddies Championship.
Love it. Take that thing back.
That's right, baby. So we will see everybody on Thursday, hopefully. And if not, we will see you all right back here next week, 8:30 p.m. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Go like, go subscribe, go share, hit that little bell on the YouTube for us. We definitely appreciate it. And then if you see the thing scrolling down at the bottom, that's our new Brainbuster Tea store. We got some stuff going on in there too, hats, hoodies, Piledriver stuff. There's a special shirt in there where all the proceeds will go to Camden James, the nephew of the Piledriver podcast. So go check it out, man. We definitely appreciate any support, and we definitely love you all. Thank you all so much. We'll see you next week.
Later.